Hey there, Marina Ormes here with your Astro Vibe for Monday, February 13th. And we've got a third quarter moon. So the final square, the final waning square between the moon and the sun as we're heading into next week's new moon in Pisces. And today, the moon shifts from Scorpio, where it's been kind of taking us through some deeper places of transformation, of depth, of intimacy, of looking at issues of trust and themes of how we connect at deeper levels. And we're going to shift from that energy, which I talked more about on Saturday. So if you had an interesting weekend and you want more insight into what was going on in your relationships and why you were feeling things so intensely, you can watch that video from Saturday. So today's video is more a theme of shifting from that Scorpio moon energy into the Sagittarius moon, which is much more adventurous. So what happens is after that third quarter moon square in the morning, my time, 7 a.m. or something like that, we have the, which I'm on Pacific time, that square, which, so it's kind of bringing things to a completion point, to a pressure point, to a challenge point that says, what are you going to do about this? How are you going to integrate it? How are you going to shift or change your attitudes, your beliefs, your ways of being, your habits and patterns? And again, this is, we have themes of relationships going on here, and we're heading into Valentine's Day. So it might be showing up in the context of your relationship. It also might be showing up in your relationship with yourself. So there's always that, because you are your own first partner, right? So as we shift from those themes of Scorpio moon and transformation and going deep and having to look at difficult truths, we kind of complete some of that work, especially with that third quarter moon that's saying to us, what are you going to do about it? Okay, how are you going to be different? What are you going to do differently, that based on what you've been learning? And again, this goes back to the full moon in Leo, which was about self-expression and creativity. Again, some of those themes coming to a head as we look at relationships. What does it mean to be you? How do you need to express yourself and be authentic? Going back to the new moon in Aquarius, which began this moon cycle. So how do you need to be your own person? And what does that look like? All those themes continuing to unfold. And again, this third quarter moon is a point of integration. It's putting pressure on you to say, okay, what do you need to do differently? How do you need to be differently in the world, in ways that are going to be in alignment with some of the things you've been learning, discovering, becoming aware of, noticing about yourself, noticing about your relationship, etc. So as we complete some of those things and look at, okay, what does this mean for me now? We shift into that Sagittarius energy, which is a little more free feeling. It's the energy of the wanderer, the gypsy, the traveler. So that feeling of exploration, of, okay, let's go somewhere, let's do something. Let's go beyond the boundaries. Let's go have fun, right? Sagittarius has a spirit of optimism, of hope, of new adventures, of, exploring boundaries and what lies beyond them. So we shift into that Sagittarian energy. Another thing that Sagittarius moon brings is a need for explanations. It's a need to integrate and understand. So what is the bigger meaning here? How can we tell the story of who we are and what we've been learning through the relationship work we've been doing, or what we're discovering about who we are? So it's about starting to tell your story in different ways, or telling a story you didn't have before, explaining where you're coming from, putting that into words, summarizing, synthesizing, integrating, and sharing. So who do you need to tell? What do you need to share about what you've learned and who you are and how you're growing? And again, you know, that energy of exploration and going out and having some adventures. So if you've been doing this inner work, this deeper work on trust, self-trust, building trust in your partnerships, it's hard work. It doesn't always feel great. So go and have the fun, you know, do the celebration to honor the work you've been doing, the internal work and the feeling work, the energy work, the work of being a human being that's not always easy. So honoring yourself, taking advantage of this Sagittarius energy as the day goes on. So remember, it starts out in Scorpio. We're still kind of feeling things and working through some of those issues. And then as the day goes on, the moon shifts into Sagittarius, depends on your time zone. And we're moving outward a little more, getting a little more perspective. So again, you know, getting out of the forest, like, you know, being that bird's eye view from above the forest and more able to see and describe what's been happening, what you've been going through, and putting it in the context of understanding yourself in bigger ways and deeper ways. So that's the energy for today. I thank you for being here and for subscribing to this YouTube channel. Thank you for your likes and your comments. I love hearing from all of you. So let me know what you like about these videos, what you want to hear more of, and you can learn more about me at astrologyheals.com. Thanks for subscribing, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.